Okay, this is unscripted, so I'm gonna ramble a lot. So this is, the final video of 2024. It's gonna start off with, me showing off Crisis stuff. Things I obtained for Crisis. And then I'm also gonna get, I'm also gonna talk about this year and it ending and stuff. You know, usual New Year's crap. Anyways, here's Crisis stuff. I decided to do this through a Google slide because I was too lazy to record anything. Yeah. This was the first slide for some reason. This is a reference to that Vine where she's like, Happy Christmas! I'll just freaking play it.
Happy Christmas! It's Christmas! Merry Crisis! Merry Chrysler!
Anyways, first off, the Bob Army is growing. I already posted this on my community tab, but the Funko Pop and the figure from Jack Pacific are new. I already had the Bob plush. Ignore Garfield and Krusty and my unicorn. They're not important, it's just Sideshow Bob is important. I also got a new Krusty, so there's my Krusty army so far. I got the house. No, not the house. I got the Simpsons living room, and when you turn it around, it looks like the house. And it came with Homer, and I also got a set that's just the family themselves. So I have 2 Homers now, but I guess I'll slap like a freaking mustache made out of paper on him and like a top hat and call the other one Guy Incognito. Homer? Who is Homer? My name is Guy Incognito.
Homer? Who is Homer? My name is Guy Incognito. Oh my god, this man is my exact double! That dog has a puffy tail! Here, Puff! Here, Puff!
Then another Funko Pop. It's SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob SquarePants from SpongeBob SquarePants. I love... And he's singing the freaking Ripped Pants song. Which, fun fact, is a Beach Boys reference. Because I have to bring my hyperfixation into this whether you like it or not. Ripped Pants is a very loose parody of Be True to Your School. They don't sound exactly the same, but it's very, very obviously a kind of pastiche of that specific song. Then I got the Olympic Quest. They're so precious. I love them. Also came with freaking Iceberg. And there's a book about my beloveds. Fun fact, the guy who wrote this, Simon Mills, he's the one who owns the Wreck of the Britannic. And he had written books about the Britannic before, but this is about the entire class in general, because he says that you can't just study just one ship, you have to kind of study the entire class, and I totally agree, because I love the Olympic class as a group. This part was just me yapping about ships. I don't want to include it. But anyways, here's the next thing I got. A vinyl of one of my favorite albums by one of my favorite solo artists. So, by Peter Gabriel. I've been into Peter's work since I got into Genesis. Well, because, you know, he was the lead singer of Genesis before Phil Collins. But he went on to have a very, very successful solo career, and more people know him for his solo career than for his work with Genesis, because, well, his solo career was more commercial work. And that's quite interesting to me. But even though So is his most popular album, it happens to be my favorite of his because it's just a really, really good album. It's So. Like, each song has, like, a specific vibe to it, and the entire album has, like, this specific atmosphere to it, and it's so beautiful. I also got The Many Faces of the Police, which is a sort of journey through the band's discography and history without using any of the original recordings of theirs, and it's a very interesting look. Because you have early stuff from the members before the Police were formed, and then covers by bands who love the Police's work of some of their most iconic songs. And then there's what the band members have done after. None of Sting's solo stuff for legal reasons. I'm sure Sting wasn't in on this, because Andy and Stewart are always in on Police stuff. Like, a lot of Police content like this, Sting isn't in on it, because, well, he's Sting. He has other stuff to do. Anyways, here's Merge Shrimp Sum. My mom found this at I don't frickin' know, some store, I forgot the name. And she got it because it was the first thing she saw that she thought looked cool. And it's Marge Simpson from The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. Unfortunately, I am a Bath & Body Works girly. I love their perfume so much. It smells good. I like good smells. I don't like perfume because I don't like perfume because I want to smell good. Well, actually, I do want to smell good, but, like, I don't like it mostly because of that. The main reason I like perfume is because nice smell. I love sensory stuff. I love sensories. I love things that make me feel good sensory-wise. Because I am a neurodivergent mess. Anyways, this is Rolanda. She's a Yeti, and I love her. She is humongous, but, like, I still love her. She's very soft. Money. I got, like, $40 and a $15 freaking Amazon card. And another thing that I'm gonna use to get a, Nintendo Switch Online thingamajig. I think yeah. And then there's stuff I'm too lazy to get pictures of. I got 2 games, Mario Odyssey and some Patrick Star game. And, I got another, perfume at 71 from Sol de Janeiro, but I didn't like how it smells. I think Sol de Janeiro is just too strong in general. So I gave it to my sister. And my mom gave me, money in trade, so I'll probably buy something with I'll buy something with my unofficial refund. And I got purple nail polish. The last few times I've tried to record this, I forgot what nail polish was called. I called it fingernail paint in one of these. I'm so glad that I recorded this on a day in which I can remember what nail polish it's called. I also got food because I'm a stupid little piggy. They're coming. Ignore how low quality the image is. But I'm getting them. They come sometime next month. So I'm going to obtain the Pookies. It's not the Pookies, it's singular Pookie, Brian, and the less important ones. Oh, and then there's Mike, who should rot in a ditch. I hate him. I hate Mike so much. My mother and father have always said that you shouldn't hate people, but I disagree, because Mike Love deserves to be hated. Speaking of Pookie, Brian, I put this as like a joke. I wanted to put 2 pictures of him and then 2 pictures of Sideshow Bob, and then also this little stupid snowman on the deck of the Olympic that some students made in the 1920s when they were on a field trip on the ship, and it is so cute. And then I put this. But that's not all, because I have to talk about New Year's stuff. Okay, so now I'm in the editing process, and I wasn't a fan of my unscripted ramblings about the new year, so I felt I should write a script, then read it, and add it into the video. Yay! Anyways, 2024 was an interesting year. Lots of crazy crap happened, as with every year this decade, but I think so far it's been the best year. Although I say that about every year because I just keep improving as both a person and an artist, do more with each passing year, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys and everyone else in my life because I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without your support. So, yay, thank you, I love you guys. I'm especially thankful for 2 communities, one I've been in for a long time and just got back in due to a hyperfixation coming back, and one I really just deep dive into because I found myself taking comfort into it. I mean, comfort in it, sorry. Both of these communities I've been in for a while. I've been into both of these for a while, but I only really just got into the communities because, well, hyperfixation, yippee. Well, the first of which would be the Ocean Liner community, and the second of which is the Beach Boys fandom. I didn't expect 20th century passenger ships and a 60s surf rock, among other things, band to be my 2 biggest interests this year, but they were. Even though the Beach Boys came around towards the end of the year, I've loved every second I've spent in the fandom. You guys are all such kind, understanding people, and the way this fandom is able to keep itself together and stay so calm despite the chaos that is both the history fandom and even kind of the discography of this band is truly remarkable. I got really into the Beach Boys after the depressive episode, so I'm happy that I have both their music and this band to help me realize that even though the world sucks, it will always get better, and music is a good way to help cope with all the struggles we go through as people. Also, Brian is Pookie, I love him. And though I've been in the Ocean Liner community for nearly a decade now, due to my project Ship Spirits and some other circumstances, I've never been happier with it than I am now. A few years back, I was so stubborn as to think I'd never learn anything new about Titanic. Yet now I've realized that there's always new things to learn about, not just Titanic, not just ocean liners, but ships in general. I learn something new every day, whether it be an obscure piece of trivia or find out about a ship I've never heard of before, and I'm happy that my past self was wrong. And speaking of Ship Spirits, I'm so glad that you guys both love both that project and Realm Hue, among all the other things I'm working on. Sorry if I'm kind of stumbling through my words. And that wasn't part of the script, but, like, I'm very bad at reading things out loud. I stutter a bit. I'm so glad that you guys love both Ship Spirits and Realm Hue among all the other things I'm working on. And though I've been working on things at a pretty slow pace as usual, I'm glad that you guys are willing to wait for everything I say I'll make, even though I procrastinate, like, a lot. I'm hoping I can get a lot of stuff out in 2025, much more than I did this year, because I want to have the motivation to actually work on things instead of just procrastinating. And in general, I'm very thankful for all of you. We're at over 300 subscribers now, which is a very decent size. It's small and cozy, yet I feel like there's enough of you as to where it makes me feel like I have a fairly big audience, even though I don't. Did that make sense? I don't know. Well, anyway, I really love this year despite all its ups and downs, and I'll always love you guys for sticking around this channel for so long. Happy almost New Year. Yay!